Greetings, my friends. How are you today? We are alive despite the circumstances of life. God be praised. So, because I just do and I don't talk. Even sometimes when I'm really hurting, I don't talk.
Yeah.
You know, I just say, Lord, please help me. Please help me. And that's why I appreciate this space that we can speak, and then somebody out there who is for them, because this is not for everybody, right?
Yeah.
It's for those who can relate, and it can help somebody along the way that can say, okay, I can relate to that, and we can make changes.
Yeah.
We can make different changes for the better. Not that we won't help, but we must do things so that we look after ourselves as well. Because if we don't look after ourselves, we can't look after everybody.
The empire falls if you can't look after yourself.
That's right.
Not my empire, Jennifer. Not my empire, not your empire.
Listen. I have to make some changes, I have to make some changes, right, in my personal life. I know that, because like I'm packing up stuff and so forth. I said, no. I'm not going to do this today. And if I'm going to do, I'm saying, okay, I'm going to do 3 today and leave the rest for tomorrow. So I start pacing myself. So today, even though I didn't do much packing, but I found myself on the computer doing stuff.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, I said, I have to lock off.
Yeah.
Lock off. And said, no, there's another day.
Yeah.
And so I have to try to put things in moderation. And
you know, when you were speaking about when I'm hurt or I'm going through stuff, I sit with myself and you talk with God, there's been times like I've cried to God in tears and you just have a chat.
Yeah.
But is that, like, for me, sometimes I'll get, over the years, I'll be like, people give me energy, but it'll be like, Veronica, how do you do it? Like, you're so happy. Like, Veronica, how are you coping without, their dad? Like, they'll give me all this stuff, and then in my head I'll be like, yes, you see what you see, because I build myself, I pray, I cry it out, I do what I need to do, but I sit with that hurt. And maybe it's one of those things where, Jennifer, sometimes that pain is so deep of life, we can't, I don't think, I have got lots of love and friends and stuff like that. But if I was feeling deeply hurt, I would probably sit on my own with it, because I don't know whether the other person could hold me in that moment.
Yes.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Because and as I said that, because I have, and I say few. Really few. And if when I reach out to them, they will give me that, I can get that energy.
Yeah.
They will like give me that consolation and say, Jennifer, so and so, and where I'm at. If I find myself in that desperate situation, really, and I'm not talking like somebody who will tell me what I want to hear. Yeah. They're being realistic and give me wholesome words, words of encouragement, guidance. And these qualities are very rare.
Yeah.
Very rare. Because can you imagine, like, when you're really hurting, you don't want to be misunderstood. Not this time around. Not this time around.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they need to get it right.
They need to get it right.
How they care for you.
I don't want to be misunderstood. Not this time. And when I reach out and I don't know what to do. Yeah, in my mind, I'm saying, okay, I can do this or whatever. But to get that confirmation before I go forward, I'll call and say, okay, this is the situation or whatever. And I tell you, I'll get right counsel, good advice. You understand? And so these are the kind of people I'll embrace.
Yeah.
In around me, because as you said earlier on before we came online, is that in these days we need that energy.
Yeah.
And that energy comes sometimes from people. It is rare, but when they come with the right energy, it uplifts.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes they would say in Jamaica, you don't know your head from your doorpost. And when you're in that situation, you just need somebody to just listen.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you made a mistake, you're in the wrong. You don't really want to be misunderstood.
Yeah.
You need somebody to hear. If they don't understand, they can say to you, what exactly do you mean by that? Why did you know what I mean? And makes it easier.
Yeah, definitely. But I was also thinking about, like, when you said about the support system.
Yeah.
People that are genuine and truly care.
Yes.
Yeah. Pick up. They know. They can look at you. Look at your energy. They'll look in your eyes. They'll be like, I've had it with like some of my friends, even my family. They'll be like, "What's going on with you today?"
That's right.
Because my energy is all over the place.
All over the place, yeah.
And then, if it's really tough, or I'm having just a bad day, I'm human, right? Then it will all come out. But once it's come out, it's just gone. Do you know what I mean? And then move on.
Yeah. And we have to, and really and truly, I appreciate my friends like that, you know, because I mean, when you're down and out, it's like you're sitting on a chair. You know, the chair is comfortable. From what you're aware, that chair is comfortable because you have been sitting on it all along, and all of a sudden you fall off the chair.
Yeah, who's gonna pick you up?
All right. Yes, what I'm saying.
I'd be climbing on that chair for my.
So even if you have a laugh like how you're laughing now, you'll be able to pick me up, eh?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But my first point of call would be, if I fell off the chair, would be myself. It would be like, Veronica, how are you going to get back up now? That, you know, and I don't know what that's about.
You see? So it's just that suddenness that can happen in life.
Yeah.
You feel like you have it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because that's how life is, you know.
Yeah.
We are on that path. And you are in a room with friends, whoever, family, colleagues, wherever. And you're sitting on that chair. And all of a sudden, God forbid, you have that fall. Right? This suddenness can cause trauma.
Yeah.
It can cause you not even to think straight. Because number one, people start to laugh because, in my culture, people like to laugh. And then afterwards they help or something. Even if they're helping you, they still laugh because they find it amusing.
Yeah.
But to you or me that have the fall, we might just laugh because we feel embarrassed, isn't it?
We feel like, oh my God, who am I going to ask? Are they, it's one of them ones, Jennifer. Are they even going to come to my rescue quick enough, as quick as I do? It's true though, isn't it?
But, you know, we can laugh at it, you know, but the reality is when you have got that tumbling life, boy, and sometimes, and it's good, sometimes we get that tumbling life, you know, we have had a tumble, yeah?
Yeah.
And I was on the phone with one of my friends, and she have had her tumble as well.
You're tumbling together.
We're tumbling together, right? She sharing her story, me sharing my story. And like how the both of us laughing.
That's what me and my friends do.
The both of us laughing. And I said to myself, but what? So we started to say, but what is this? Imagine. Imagine. We're talking about our calamities. Eh? And I said, God, I thank you. Even in the midst of it, you can let us laugh.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And but some people are not able to do that. It depends. It depends. Because I've had my rough tumble. I can't laugh. Yeah, I couldn't laugh. There was a time I couldn't laugh. You understand? And that is the time when there's a friend or friends that can pick you up.
Yeah, but you know, I was thinking about what you said, because about, you know, when we were talking about people notice the signs. Yeah, for me, if I'm having a bad day and I'm like just, you know, life tumbles, right?
Yeah.
Whoever's around me needs to know when to approach me. Yeah, because it's simple as that. If you suffocate me, yeah, and keep asking me how I am, but I'm going to ignore you. Yeah, you need to arrive in my life at the right time. Yes. Right, and you need to say no, these are the expectations. You need to say the right things at the right time.
Absolutely, that's very important.
Yeah.
That is very important, because if you don't say the right thing at the right time, it can cause more pain.
Yeah, it's true.
It can cause more pain.
Yeah.
Because you misunderstood, you diagnosed the thing wrong.
Yeah. But you know, tell me everything's going to be all right. Don't tell me don't worry. Okay. Yeah. Right? Tell me everything's going to be all right, because I know it's going to be all right at some point. Right. But allow me to feel my feelings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't tell me, you all right? Honestly, I don't do it to me. Do not do it to me. Yeah. Do not do it to me. Are you okay? Yeah. Don't do that. Yeah? Be realistic. I get a tumble. If you don't know what to say,
shut up.
Just help.
But see, Jennifer, you know, I like to shine the torch on ourselves, yeah? But is this our high expectations of how people should meet our needs? And because they don't meet our needs, we rely on ourselves. Then we end up doing like 10 tasks for other people, yeah? Right? So is it our expectations that people will never meet our needs? And that's quite sad if you think about it.
Yeah. I love the old time phrases, you know. They say each one help one.
Yeah.
And I've learned that from a child. And the other thing that I've learned is you seek a friend before you need one.
Yeah.
And if you see your brother standing by the way, don't pass him by. Give a helping hand. And this world will be a better place.
Amen.
Because the point of the matter is, we all go through life and having different struggles, different situations, and the world is revolving, the world is changing, and all the rest of it. And we might feel to ourselves now that everything is okay.
Yeah.
And you may not be in the other person's shoes. But they're gonna, everybody, they used to say in Jamaica, everybody have them 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Everybody have them 6 o'clock somewhere or the other. You might feel like you are full of joy and your life is good and whatever, and the next person is struggling. But if you can help that struggling person while you are strong,
yeah,
then it will be worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
And the angels in heaven will rejoice.
I agree.
But you are strong and somebody's there struggling. You don't know. And we make assumptions. We have misinterpretation and all the rest of it. Because sometimes you know that sometimes some people struggle hard that sometimes with them not even say the right thing, you know. Because their mind, their mental state, it's where they're at. Because I know that sometimes I don't say the right things as much as I would like to. And wait, did I just say that? You know what I mean? And it's just bearing with one another as we go through life.
But do you, like, I don't know, it's just a reflection. Do you think people like assume or maybe look at you? Because when I first met you, Jennifer, I was like, wow, what an inspirational woman, you know, like, and in my head, I was like, how is she still standing? Yeah. Right. And because you make it look easy standing. Yeah. When on in your private moment, in your unknown moments, when you're with yourself, it's not easy. Right. People gravitate towards you.
Yeah.
You know, because you make it look easy.
And that's why I keep saying to people, because I get it all the time. I get it all the time. Even sometimes people say, you're a strong woman. And I keep saying to them, It's a God. It's a God that has been giving me strength. And you see what is on the outside, but you don't see the inside. Because my body's feeling, but you know what? You see, I believe that God has given me that inner strength.
I believe
that's perfect. Yes, I believe He has given me that inner strength. I remember years ago, I got this scripture about He shall turn my mourning into dancing and my sorrow into joy, and He will give me beauty for ashes. Years ago.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, very. And it was only when I'm going through these experiences, every now and again it comes, and I said, oh, that's what He was saying to me, you know? And that is why I embrace prayers. I embrace serving God. I embrace the scriptures. I do embrace my walk with the Lord, because I'm telling you, Veronica, He has been faithful.
Yeah.
He has been faithful. Had it not been for Him on my side, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And all the other drama that I have to deal with.
Yeah. But also in those moments of when things tumble or things are really like traumatic and things like that, you don't just carry yourself. Yeah. You've got so many people that depend on you, and you're carrying everybody.
Exactly.
You know? Exactly. And in that moment, you're not thinking, oh my God, you're just carrying everyone because you love. You love everything around you. Yeah. And then you're like, I'm so tired. I am so exhausted. Yeah. But I have to carry everyone through this moment.
Absolutely.
And it's gonna be okay, Veronica.
Absolutely.
You know, Veronica, Jennifer, like, it's gonna be okay, right?
Absolutely. Yes. You said it right. Yeah. Remember, you are fearfully and
wonderfully made. Be blessed.